Hello, and welcome along to the stream tonight. I hope that everyone is doing well. Um, the first thing I would like to get out of the way tonight is on the last stream, I had a number of sound issues, where the sound was being clipped. So I'm hoping that that isn't happening anymore. If it is still happening, then thank you for the raid, freestyle coder. Appreciate it. If the sound is still being clipped, oh, I never got a notification I was being raided. Never mind. If the sound is still being clipped, can you let me know? Because I'll turn off the noise gate that I've got enabled. But I have had a little bit of a tweak. I play with it tonight in the hope that it resolves the issue. So I see Pascal and Nils in the chat room. If either of you can let me know if the sound is coming through okay, I would appreciate it. And Jurgen, I'm wondering, is that the Jurgen I've been talking to on Discord, or is that a different Jurgen? Could be the same one. Don't know. Pascal, sound is fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so in terms of what we're working on tonight, or what we're going to try to get working tonight, is there is a there's an upcoming release of Cake. So Cake 2.0.0 is out there. There's a pre-release version available for it. Nils is saying, sure, sound is fine currently. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for confirming. So there's a new release of Cake winging its way out the door. There's a pre-release available just now on NuGet.org. So what we need to do, or what I've been informed that we need to do, is that we need to have a play with updating Cake.Bakery, which is the thing that provides Intellisense support within Visual Studio Code, so that it can work alongside the newly released version of Cake. So, what I've done before the stream, hopefully you can see that, is I've installed the latest version of Cake. That's actually not what I wanted to do there. We'll let it run. So if I do that again with --info, then I have the 2.0.0 RC version of Cake installed globally, the .NET Global Tool version of Cake. And what I have open within Visual Studio Code at the minute is a build.cake file that if I run, say, if I type info, then I'll get the IntelliSense support, and then I will get the IntelliSense for that command alias that's available there. So Bakery is currently working. Corey, I love that Twitch or Edge, not sure which, decides that I want the video on but audio off on the channel I typed into my web browser and pressed enter on. I don't know what to tell you, Corey. So IntelliSense is currently working, but I suspect that that is because I have a full fat version of Cake installed tools folder. And I suspect what's happening is that that is being loaded in preference to the globally installed version. And that's why I think IntelliSense is working. So if I remove some of this stuff, if I delete the idea folder, I don't actually want that just now. Let's delete the tools folder. And let's delete the bootstrapper, leaving just the build.cake file. I'll ignore for now the fact that I haven't got the latest PowerShell installed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart OmniSharp. And then what I suspect is going to happen is that it's not going to work anymore. And I kind of want it to not work anymore, because then we'll be able to figure out if we fixed it. So if I do information here, still works. I wasn't expecting that to work. I thought the whole point in getting a new release of Cake.Bakery out was that it wouldn't work with the latest version of the .NET Global tool installed. So I'm going to wait for a little bit of a response from Pascal and or Nils on that one, because yeah, it kind of works. I don't think I've got the full fat version of Cake installed. No, all I've got is the .NET Global tool installed. So that is interesting. If I do it is dependent on, all of that works too. Why would that work? Nils is thinking. Good. Okay, let's go completely. Let's kill Visual Studio Code and then let's reopen it as well, if that helps. So I've flummoxed both Nils and Pascal. Okay, so in for okay, hold on. Oh no, it's still there. Sure. Yeah, that's working. Which Cake DLL is in use? Can you show the OmniSharp log? I believe so. Log, OmniSharp log here, and 808 is the one we've just loaded. So .NET path is .NET. Lots of MS build locators. Injecting Cake files. Using C program data chocolatey bin. So it's using the Cake.Bakery.exe, which I installed from Chocolatey. So I did the Choco install Cake.Bakery, and it's using that exe, and it's happily processing stuff. Now that's not to say it will happily process things on a Mac, but that's how it works on my machine. It doesn't actually say in the log what version of Cake it's using. But like I said, I don't have it installed globally other than is Pascal saying, is there some magic in .NET to load .NET framework assemblies? Your guess is fine, Pascal. I don't know. We were expecting this to fail, right? Is that a fair statement? We were expecting that with the new pre-release version of 2.0.0 installed, we were expecting that Cake.Bakery would not work with, or it would not work with Cake.Bakery, correct? The other thing I should check actually, so .NET Go, yeah, version 6, version. I updated Visual Studio just before I came on stream. It came along for the, I think. Yes, Cake is running on .NET Core and Bakery is 4.6.1. But my understanding of Cake.Bakery is that it's a standalone exe, so it runs as a standalone process, and then requests are sent from Visual Studio Code into Bakery, to do the processing and then submit the completions and the error messages. So is there any reason that that shouldn't work? Because it's a standalone process, isn't it? Because if we were to go and check over here and look at, yeah, there's the Cake.Bakery process running. And then obviously Visual Studio Code is running. OmniSharp is running. I mean, I'm happy to review and update the PR that Patrick put in order to change Bakery to run on .NET 6. No harm in doing that, but it also doesn't stop it from working, or it doesn't not work today. So check out one. The other thing I was going to check while I was waiting on some responses, if I go to git.org, I look at Bakery. Current release version is 5. So the next release will be 0.70. That should come alongside in terms of Git version. Are we okay to require .NET Framework Bakery to run with Cake 2.0? Well, it would. So, I don't know the answer to that one. I mean, like I say, I've got no objections to updating Bakery to use .NET 6. I've got no problem with that. The point I'm making though is that there's no fixed requirement to do it, because as of today on Windows, which will have Full Fat Framework installed, it works. But it would remove the mono requirement on, or it would remove the mono requirement for Cake.Bakery from a Mac, but OmniSharp itself bundles a version of mono. I believe it did the last time I looked at it. So it wouldn't completely remove the requirement. So if for no other, so what I'm trying to get at is the update to .NET 6 is not a hard requirement, but it makes sense to update it. So as long as we're on the same page, I mean, I'm happy to proceed on getting that done. Let's go into the first folder and look at Cake.Bakery. OmniSharp targets .NET 4.8. Okay. So if we were to look at the PR that Patrick was putting in, so if we put GitHub up here, github.com, Bakery, then back down here. GitHub. Speak among ourselves. Back up. So there was some feedback from Martin on the initial PR that Patrick put up, which was support, or we need to continue to support net standard 2.0. So that was in Cake.scripting abstractions. Pascal's saying, and even if bakery runs out of process, I think parts of it are consumed. So yes, parts. So and that's what Martin is saying in the PR here. So what Martin's saying is that in order to continue, and expand the way I'm gonna. So Martin's saying that we need to keep the net standard 2.0 because it is consumed by OmniSharp. So that's one of the changes that he was suggesting that we make. So that's in the cake.scripting.abstraction project. Cake.abstractions. And here, rather than that, we also going to need net standard 2.0. Stick that back in there. And then the other one, cake.scripting.transport, which is this one. That back in there. And then the other part of this, which is what Nils back on. At the minute, because we're running cake.recipe, we'll stick at 35 of the build itself. What speaks against targeting standard for the parts which by OmniSharp and Net6 for the parts which I'm not sure I follow what you're saying there, Pascal. Have another stab at that, please. Sorry. Here. That back. Stuck. And not a nice word. We'll get to 2.0s. Okay. That errors a modified recipe, I'm guessing. Thought that was could be that that's required anymore. So let's see if it's building now that we've got those things. So I think that's what I've just done, right? So it's now it'll now be cross compiling to Net Standard 2.0 and Net 6 for the two DLLs, and Bakery itself is now Net 6. Cake.scripting is Net 6, and the other two which are consumed by OmniSharp are Net 6 and Net Standard 2.0. What Martin was saying in the PR was that, look here, then Cake.scripting of the transport is what is pulled in, and I'm going to assume that Cake.scripting.transport has a dependency on the project that is Cake.scripting abstraction. So as long as both of those are net standard 2.0, then I think we should. Yes? I think. So what I would like to do is I would like to get to a point where we build this, we have an assembly that we can execute, and then I'll modify the path in the VS Code extension to use custom bakery path. And at that point, we should be able to run it and test it. Yes. But let's wait and see. because the other thing is we don't currently have, or do we? We don't. Come back to that thought in a second. Thought I was going to have there was, oh, I saw some fly by there. Of, oh, this is the same error that we had before. An instance of analyzer system.x.json cannot be created from program files .NET Packs netcore appref 6.0. Could not load file Microsoft. And Nil suggested jar that was related the fact that we were running MS build. We're doing why we're doing an override I was upload. Override the build, and this was still running MS build. Overall build, what? Overall build is doing a run.NET Core. Why were we? For right, new get pack. I'm going to take that. That gets us. I remember why he was doing custom.NET Core pack, because he was constructing a more complicated. We might have to change some of the spec files. Patrick hasn't always done those. Got past the build stage where I now have sound dropouts from time to time, but maybe it's also my machine. Dang it! Nils, are you seeing that or hearing that as well? A lot of red text. Text for inspect code. Okay. I'm going to turn that off again. Turn off my filters. Is that better? Hopefully you can hear that a little bit better. It just means that you might hear some background noise now though. It's really quite annoying. There is now a river in the background. Don't mess with me, Pascal. Is that a joke? The only thing that could potentially be making a sound would be the fan on my Mac. Don't mess with me like that. Hearing the heater again. No, not the heater. It must be the Mac that you're hearing then, because that's the only thing that's on in the background. I'd really prefer that. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying is it? Let me put on. Oh yeah, I can hear it. That's annoying. I don't really want to be playing this on stream. I can't. Thank you for your support, Josh. I do appreciate it. Let me try putting this one back. What about that? Is that better? Hopefully that might have taken out the background noises. Okay, so let's leave that one on. I'm going to turn off the monitor. It's so bizarre hearing yourself in your ears when you're trying to talk. I can't do it. I can't continue to talk when I hear myself in my ears. It's just wrong. Okay, so net461 obviously won't work because that's not there anymore. But in the build artifacts, in the temp published applications, Cake.Bakery, there is a net 6.0. But then the question becomes, is there any point in putting that into a chocolate package? Let's carry on with it just now. So in here, if we look at the new spec file here, then it's gonna have a net 6.0 folder. And let's try that one more time. And let's do target equals create chocolate packages. Oh, I should have done exclusive there. Exclusive. You could do it if that delay before the echo wasn't so big. You could do it if the delay before the echo wasn't so big. I recall reading the studies put it at under a quarter of a second delay before your brain starts getting all funky with your voice echoed back. Yeah, I've never been able to do it though. That's the thing. As soon as I hear my voice, what's coming out of my mouth stops. My brain doesn't work that way. Okay, so that did that. So let's do the whole thing again. Let's run it from start to finish. And let's see if we get something that is an executable that we can run inside VS Code. But then the question becomes, do we want stroke need a .NET Global Tool version of Bakery so that we can install the .NET 6 version of it globally on my Mac? Because at the minute we rely on installing it via the VS Code command, which adds it into the tools folder. Big red text. Still don't know what the big red text is. And what's Corey just sent me? Corey just sent me a clip. What was I doing? What was I saying? Just completely out of context. Love it. Love it. See what you did there, Corey. Appreciate it. Try to think of something I can do back. Don't know. I don't know. Alright. Oh, hold on. What did that do? What now? Copy license. There's still something else not quite right. Had to cut it off before you said. Net 461. There's still something else in here that is net 461. So what in here we're saying the bin artifact path is combining, so that's not what we want. That's going to be a net 6.0 as well. It was net 6.0, wasn't it? Temp, applications, bakery, net 6.0, yep. And then this last one was an item group for doing stuff if the target framework is net 461. So that's no longer going to be the case at all. So I don't think we need that one at all. Save that. Building again. I think that's only the second clip that someone's done of me. That shows up in my section, doesn't it? If I've been clipped. I think that's like comes through in my section. Let me go and see if I can see it. Where do I see that? I don't know. Video producer? I thought I could see my videos. Clips. No. Clips I've created. Clips of my channel. Oh, hold on. No, there's more than that. Oh. Didn't know people have been taking these clips. Huh. Did not know that. There you go. Learned something new. Didn't know that. Doesn't tell me who created the clip. Yeah, it doesn't tell me who created it. That would have been good to know. Anyway. No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm certainly not seeing your name on it anyway. It just says clips of my channel and then the length and the category. Yeah, it doesn't say who did it. The one I'm looking at is the one that you've just done. So no, I don't think it's that. Oh, hold on. Integration tests. Project file does not exist. Switch. Oh, hold on. See GitHub Bakery. Tests. Integration. I don't see an integration CS proj in there. Why is it? Integration dot CS proj. I don't understand how that's ever worked, because there is no tests integration CS proj. There is no folder called that. Tests integration. That's very strange how that ever would have worked. Unless it's trying to create it, but I'm also confused by it running MS build here and whether we need to do something different. Let's try it again. I would have thought that the last sign into GitHub again. Let's go and have a quick look over on Cake build bakery history 25 days ago, merge release branch. So if we do a search here for integration tests, where's it, what? Where's it getting integration.cs proj file from? Patrick didn't remove it, did he? It's part of this. File filter. He did. He's renamed it. Okay. So it would appear as though Patrick has renamed that file, which helps explain why it can't be found anymore. So, okay, we'll get there. But this is likely the same problem because it was still running .NET MS build. So we need to change that to be .NET Core build. Now what's the chances that all of those arguments are the same? Slim to none. Yeah, just clearing out the cruft, maybe. I can't remember if that takes that argument or not. So let's give it a try. What was the integration tests? target equals that. Exclusive. What is it doing? I didn't think it was going to work. Cannot convert from Cake.ms build settings to .NET Core build settings. I knew you were going to say that. But .NET Core build settings has a property that is MS build settings. So I'm aware of, so Nils is saying that in version 2.0 release of Cake, the .NET Core aliases have been renamed to just .NET. But as you pointed out in the PR, Nils, because we're on Cake.recipe, we're pinning to 0.38.5 of Cake, so we don't have access to those things yet. So we are stuck, if you like, to now is it no restore or is it no, it's not. What is it? I'm going to go and look it up. I don't trust my Intellisense at the minute. So if we go to API and we look at .NET Core build settings, it is no restore. I was right. So no restore. Well, it was restore was true, so no restore is false. And then output directory. So there's a direct one on here, which is output directory equals that. I'll see if that works. C# errors 66, 68. What have I done? New .NET Core settings. I see. Extra. Where did that go? Here. I'm not convinced that my mechanical keyboard is working properly. The mechanical keyboard that I got as a raffle prize. Sometimes I hold the shift key down and I hit end to go to the end of the line, and it ends up taking me right to the top. It's almost as though I've done Control Shift End rather than just Shift End, and it's quite annoying. So let's see if we can get that part of the build working. See, I'm not sure if it is, Corey. I don't know. I don't know. It could be. But it doesn't do it all the time. Like you saw me do it there. Like I'll go back to it and I'll do a more deliberate push of the shift and the home key and it works. But shift end sometimes takes me to all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom. And there's no rhyme or reason to it, or there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. So if this build works, then in theory what we've got is a .NET 6 exe that we can point our other instance of VS Code at, and we'll run that for Intellisense and see what that does. So let me find that documentation again, and I'll borrow this. Update to PowerToys on Windows. Added a Find My Cursor thing when you double tap the left cursor. This taught me that I stutter when pressing keyboard short. Say that again now. Update to PowerToys on Windows added a Find My Cursor thing when you double tap the left control key. Left control key, okay. This taught me that I stutter when pressing keyboard shortcuts. I'm not sure if I understand the stutter part of that. Now, why did that fail? Did we not just fix that? I'm double tapping. Oh, I see. See, for me, when I try and find, in order to find my cursor, I typically just right click, because normally there's always some sort of context menu that pops up when you, I know it's a bit of a cheat, but certainly on my Mac, I'll right click the screen and that normally finds me my cursor quite quickly. Built into Windows is where if you tap the control key, you could get a target on, yeah, I saw a clip of that, kind of goes big and kind of illuminates the screen. Why an error occurred when executing run bakery integration tests? Which one's that one doing then? I thought we run bakery integration tests. It's dependent on init, download mono assets. If we're not running on mono, do a bunch of stuff. If we are, start the test integration bin integration.exe. Well, it's probably not going to be called that anymore, is it? It's the tests integration bin debug net 6. I didn't build it at all. Hold on. Way better than macOS. Shake the mouse until it gets big, but not big enough to find it. Also depends on your mouse actually moving, which is probably. Didn't actually know it did that on Mac either, but yeah, I could see it getting huge when I shake it. Yeah, that doesn't work. Tests integration bin. There is no integration.exe. So what went wrong? We did a build of the, this is the init integration test, sorry, which is to build the integration test project. Oh, then we wanted to specify the output folder. Oh, is it put it to the wrong place? So if I go up to here, as it created a bin folder, it did. That's not where we wanted to put that. So that's why that failed, but it also failed because it's called this. So we need to change this to be this. We need to change this to be this. I'll do a wee search in here for integration.exe. And we need to change that to be that. And then the output folder is, rather than bin, where was that? That was the output directory. is so where does it want it to be? It expects it to be, so that's why it's failed, because that's there. It wants it to be in here then, I think. So let's copy that and put this in here. So that would then take it into bakery, tests, integration, bin, and then there'll be stuff in there. Okay, let's give this another try. Also depend there. Has everyone heard about our new chocolatey community Discord server? If you haven't joined it already, you should go to, let me see if I can remember it, CHOCO, no, that's not right, community, try that, see if that'll take you to where I think it's going to go. Yeah, it will. So we've got a new chocolatey Discord server. We're transitioning away from Gitter for our chat-based support. So if you haven't already, feel free to come and join that Discord server where we're doing some stuff. I'm personally brand new to Discord. I don't really know what all this newfangled stuff like boosting of servers and things is. I don't know what all these custom emotes are and why I would want them, but all the young kids seem to like it. Yeah, so I don't know if you were ever in our community Slack channel, but there was a similar sort of spread of channels there to try and separate the channel into the necessary places. So we've kept a kind of similar breakup of the channels in there. So run bakery integration tests. It's doing some stuff. It's at least trying to run it now. And then unexpected, unhandled exception, assert equal, failure, expected does context, actual is does there. Okay. Custom emotes are like Twitch sub emote. I don't know what a Twitch sub emote either is either, Corey. Except that you pay Discord to get them instead of paying Discord and the creator. I have never searched channels there, only ever saw general. Oh, there's quite a few channels in the Slack community as well. You're sending all these things to me, Corey. I don't know what they are. I don't know how I would get them. I don't know why I would want them. But Corbob Posh, oh, I see what you're doing now. Okay. Yeah. Lots of stuff in there. I might have a chat with you at some point to get up to speed with what all this fancy stuff is. So tests integration program.cs line 301. So what is that failing on? Program.cs lines 301. What's it failing on and why? Should generate from file. File change. Response. And what's that looking for? I don't know if that should be there or not anymore. I don't know. We should really have Martin here to help out. Back over here. Line 141, line 301. Oh no, so it is in here. Assert.equals source lines are equal to expected lines. So source lines is the cake hello world source. What's that? Cake hello world source is this. And then what it's the response that comes back from where are you and how are you used? Given file change is the cake hello world file, which is that hello world cake from disk true service.generate file change, which is that, and then the response.source.split to list is the source lines, and then we're doing a comparison to the expected lines. So something is different currently because the difference says expected context actual is that. Now, is that an expected change or is that let me read that again. Expected I don't see an I don't see that. Sorry. Have these things changed? Hold on, let's go back to the PR a second. I'm wondering if other things have changed here. No, hold on. Right. I don't know what to say, people. I really don't. So, change has been made to say that that is got context rather than the open close parentheses. So then when we come into our test assertion, which was in here, that needs to be that also then, correct? Right. Let's try again. I genuinely don't know what to say. There's no words. Words are failing me right now. We'll get there. We'll get there. They're all for the good. All the changes are for the good, but just need to get this build working. Once we know that everything hasn't broken, we will be able to run that Bakery.exe and see if we can figure out how to run it as a custom path. I had something in my clipboard and then it'll not be there anymore. Let's go back to here. Let's grab this on the clipboard again. And see if this works. And in theory, in that path, so I'm going to point it to bakery, build artifacts, temp, published applications, bakery, net6. I'm going to point it here, and in here, that's where the cake.scripting abstractions DLLs are. So, okay, let's just point it. We'll point it there, and we'll see what it does. Just after the hour. So we might get to a point where we have something that we could put out, but let's wait and see. Running the integration tests. Failed again. An integration doesn't really give me much to go on there, does it? Oh no, hold on. Oh, I thought we fixed that one. Or is there another one? There must be another one. Expected CT, and there must maybe a couple of them, is there? Oh no, I thought I searched for it. Oh no. No. Oh, it's the other one. It's the other one I need to search for. So in here, I need to search for this one. There we go, look. So 280, does that sound right? No, 240. Should generate with line changes. Should generate with line changes. The file changes there. So where's it coming from? Expected lines. Yes, it's in here. So that there is CTX as well. Okay, one more time into the breach. No, I think it is. I think it was the same one. I think. Or you're saying it was. I've changed it now. Let's run it. Let's run it. Well, I hope you're feeling better, by the way, Nils. You said you weren't feeling too well. Was it last night you weren't feeling too well? I hope you're feeling better. Good. Glad to hear it. And I hope it wasn't the COVIDs. I got a letter through about a potential booster for the COVID. I don't see any reason to not get it. Yeah, I haven't really given much. I got a blue letter through from our NHS saying that I have an appointment to get my flu vaccination, and at the same time I could get a booster for my COVID vaccination. So I think I'll be taking them up on that. No, only the norovirus, not the coronavirus. Okay, that's good. That's good. Right. Initializing the integration tests. Running the integration tests. Oh, so close. Got past that one. Unhandled exception. in value hash set string, blah, 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 should install add-ins. What's it doing? Should this one. We're getting so close. Should install add-ins. Tools, add-ins. Bakery. Tests. Integration. Tools. Add-ins. Cake.ym. Lib. net45. Okay. Not found. Germany is only discussing whether or not to have booster. Not sure about what we're discussing here though. Did I see that Visual Studio 2022 was officially out of preview now? I saw something. Yes, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that though, Corey. But I think I did see something. Yes. Although I updated it today, just before the stream, and it's still saying preview. So I don't know. I don't know the answer. Well, I don't know, Nils. That's my question. Yeah. Oh, that's what I saw. Someone was saying that it was released this morning, or was released today, but it wasn't until 8:30 PST or whatever, and the website was showing that it was still the preview when it should have been available today, which was New Zealand time or whatever, when Josh woke up. But it wasn't showing properly. So should install add-ins, then assert contains add-in response.references. Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's looking for that, but it can't find it in here because it hasn't been able to load it into the current process. So what add-in can we use that will work? So while I'm digging how that works, let me know add-in that I can use that will be loaded into the process. Because I need to change this to be something other. What version's that then? It does. I mean, it doesn't have to be YAM. I don't think it just needs to be something that. So Cake.ym2. Seems like the latest pre-release is Net Standard 2.0. So we're saying if we change this to be a 2 and we change this to be a. Just going to type that out. It's probably quicker than trying to get my copy paste to work. 3.0.0-RC2. Because I've specified the version, I don't need to specify the pre-release, I don't think. So let's try that again from the beginning. At some point that's going to get cleared out. So let's just go to here. Now the expectation is wrong. Oh, you're right. Should install add-ins. Full path. Yeah, okay, good point. So let's just kill that because that's no point in doing that. So then tools, add-ins, cake.ym. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. 3.0. 3.0.0 -rc2 lib. Maybe I should have let it do it. Net standard 2.0, I'm guessing. And then let's take a guess at that. Let's try it again. Oops. And then if that doesn't work, I don't know. Name still wrong. Oh. Ah, Cake.ym2. Right, you know what? I don't even know if the rest is right. So let's just let it run. And because that should be a 2, right? Let's let it run. Although technically, it hasn't built this project yet. So let's just throw it in. Because it builds that project separately as part of the run init or init integration tests. Finger crossed. Is the sound still coming through okay? Has there been any more drops, or has it been good since I made that setting change? Being okay here, cool. Oh, I forgot to say, Josh, I now have all of my personal domains bar 1 living under Cloudflare now. So I got them all moved into the Cloudflare registrar. The only ones I don't have moved over are the .dev domains. All the other ones are moved over. Thank you for confirming, Pascal. Sounds been perfect sense. Okay, so the ones I took off was it's a gate filter that's meant to block out background noise, and I was worried that the mechanical keyboard was going to make it to the point that you couldn't hear things. Unhandled exception not found. GitHub organization. So we're looking for this path. So tools, add-ins, Cake.ym2 .3.0.0 -rc2 lib net standard 2.0. You got to love. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. 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 It's one of those days. We should maybe speak to what's his name? Whoever's taken over this project, that he might want to change his output assembly name to match the project name. Because it currently doesn't. Oh, I made a very bad assumption that it was a he. Simona, I believe, is a female who's taking over the project. Although I could be making another really bad assumption, and for that I apologize. But the person who's taken over might well want to change the output assembly name to be Cake.ym2 rather than Cake.ym. Hey Augusto, we haven't shipped Bakery yet. The initial tests suggested that the current release of Bakery works fine with the pre-release version of Cake, but we are moving forward with attempting to get a .NET 6 version of it building. And what we're trying to get to is a point where we can get the entire build working, and it's not Oh, that's because I was in the folder. So there's been a couple of things that have been preventing us from getting to a fully working build. But we're getting there. Patrick made some changes in the PR, that unrelated changes for improvements to the project, but there wasn't corresponding updates to the integration tests, so it wasn't clear what was going on until we dug into it a little bit. So we're at the point where we've just about got the integration tests running, and then if we can get to a point where we have a fully built .NET 6 exe, we're then going to test it by providing a custom path in our VS Code instance to where that exe resides, and that will allow us to test, because as I said, if we go into here and we do information, then we'll see that we are getting Intellisense. So this is me running with, if I go over my terminal and I do, where's my terminal gone? Seriously, where has my terminal gone? If I go in here and I do .NET Cake --info, then I'm running the 2.0 RC, and I don't have Cake available on my path, but Intellisense is working with the currently released version of Bakery, running fine. Hey Artur, how's it going? I hope we were all doing good tonight. All my integration tests are now passing. So now over here in the Bakery build artifacts temp published applications Cake.Bakery.net 6, now we have a Cake.Bakery.exe. So if I take that path, in fact, let's do this. So we're going to copy this thing. We're going to go over here and we're going to go into settings and we're going to open up the JSON. And in here, I'm going to put in some JSON. Clearly we don't need that one. Clearly we don't need that one. I'm going to put this over here. And the bakery path is going to be what I had in my clipboard here. And the bakery path is going to be that. But let's put it all in here so that the JSON doesn't complain. Then we've got a couple more. Missed one over here. Missed one over here. And missed one over here. Okay, so that should be running a custom path now. So then if we come over here and we restart OmniSharp again, and we look at the OmniSharp log output, why is it still using that one? Is it because that one wins? I would have thought. Now this is coming up as unknown, but I have it on good authority that that is what it expects to be. But let's just check that. Yeah. But it's coming up as unknown, but that could be because they haven't provided essentially IntelliSense for the settings JSON, but it's still looking for it. So let's go into that folder and we'll change the Cake.Bakery. C program data, chocolatey bin. Let's change the shim to point somewhere else. Where did I see it? It's there. Let's change this to be exclamation mark. And then we'll restart OmniSharp one more time. So hopefully this time it will find it on my path. Could not initialize cake script service aborting. Pascal, do we know that that setting is correct? OmniSharp. Because there is a specific OmniSharp setting, but OmniSharp MS build. Oh, hold on. Am I doing this in the wrong place? Configuration options. OmniSharp exposes a set of configuration options that can be used to modify the behavior of OmniSharp regarding blah, 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 blah. At startup, OmniSharp obtains the configuration options using the following hierarchical order. Environment variables. Oh, I need an OmniSharp.json. I'm reading that all wrong. I'm doing this all wrong. I don't think I read the instructions properly. So I need to create an apologies. Create, I made an assumption and that's wrong. So I need to go to here, copy. I need to go to here and I need to create a new folder, a new file called OmniSharp.json. And then in here, I need to put some stuff. And that stuff is fine. That stuff is this one. And then, oh, it's going to bug me. Then we need to take the path that we had before. So in theory, let's put that back again because I'll forget that I did it. And then over here, we should be able to do what we were doing before, which was that. That will also need to be changed to be forward slashes. We'll get there. So apologies to Pascal again. Yeah, that's the docs I was reading, Pascal. I just wasn't reading it properly, unfortunately. So we come back to here one more time and we restart OmniSharp. And hopefully it will say it's using, here we go, using Cake.Bakery at that. That's the .NET 6 version of it. And it's doing some stuff. So now over here, we do information. No, look at that. Look at that. That is using the .NET 6 version of Cake.Bakery and the latest version of Cake, and it's providing Intellisense. So then if we do a more difficult one, MS Build, and then in here we've got stuff for MS Build. Look at that. See, that just happened again for those watching. I did Shift End and it's taking me to Control End, which is not what I did. What does that even mean, Matthias? What does that mean? Hi, Matthias, by the way. will it find GitHub Actions upload artifact? GitHub Actions dot commands dot upload artifact. Yes. So you're all throwing things at me now, aren't you? .NET Core build deprecated. Yes. All of this is good, right? So now that there's some more Cake folks in the chat, do we need not now? Do we need a .NET global tool version of Bakery at some point? Because at the minute, what this is going to publish is a full fat, or not full fat. This is going to produce a self-running. No, it's probably not even true. It's going to create a chocolatey package that has an exe in it that has a dependency on .NET runtime being installed. But do we want or need a ready to run.exe in that chocolatey package so we don't take a dependency on the .NET runtime, or do we ship it as a .NET global tool? Okay, so I'm going to say that I'm not doing that just now because the main tenet of this was to get the .NET 6 version available, which I think I've done. I had to make some changes to the stuff that Patrick had made, or Patrick had done in his PR. But I think I've got something that will run. But Nils is saying, why? So the so there is still the that you can still do what we do today, or we recommend today on the website, which is to run the Cake alias, which is to install Intellisense support. That will download the Cake.Bakery package into here. So that would still be a viable option. But yes, having a .NET Global tool would mean that you could install it globally on Mac or Linux, yes. That needs changes to OmniSharp 2. Yes, I think it would in order to find the paths. If we install as local, so equivalent of what we're doing here, yes, maybe. But anyway, so are we happy that, so is there anything else that I should test here to prove that things are working before I send some changes back to Patrick's PR? Are there any other tests that you want to see me do here? Because I don't know how long you've been on the chat, Matthias, but what we found was that even with the currently released version of Bakery, the the latest release of Cake was still working fine with Cake.Bakery that's shipping today. So it doesn't look like there was a requirement to do the work that Patrick started. But I think we all agree that it's a good thing to have, but it wasn't a requirement. So, anything else that you want me to test before I put some words onto an updated PR and hopefully get that merged in? I'll hang here for a little bit. Well, it wouldn't find anything in the new Cake core. Well, we can put that to the test. Because yes, in fairness, the change that we made, or the tests that we were doing, was just for standard aliases. So if we do this and say restart OmniSharp server again, let's verify that it's finding the Cake.Bakery.exe from program data. It is. So let's prove that it's working. So information is there. And if we do what we did before, which was GitHub Actions dot, oh, okay, so dot commands aren't there. Okay, and the other one, which was the .NET Core build IC. Okay, fair enough. So Intellisense is working, but it's not able to get all the new stuff. Okay, I see that. Fine, fine, fine. So back to here, one more time, delete that. Restart OmniSharp one more time. And then in here, GitHub, it's thinking it's still loading the server. GitHub Actions dot commands dot upload artifact. Okay. I'm going to put some words onto this PR. I can say Choco upgrade Git extensions because you just should. Yep. Oh, where did we go? So, proven it myself that the work that we've done tonight is working as expected, which is good. So if I put up a modified, if I add another commit into Patrick's PR, is anyone in a position to review it and get it merged? Then we can think about doing a release. Release might not go out tonight, though, that's the only thing. But we can try. The other thing I wanted to check was there an issue created for this? Not supported, go to definition, that's old ones. Bakery breaks path contains, no. Okay, let's create a new issue. No, we're all on Twitch tonight. Switch to, or what do we want to say here? We're going to say a label. This is going to be, is this a breaking change? This feels like a breaking change. This will go out in the 0.7.0 milestone. I'm going to assign myself to it, even though Patrick's been working on it. We're going to say compile Cake.Bakery using .NET 6.0 in order to maintain compatibility with OmniSharp. We need to build Cake.scripting.transport and also Cake.scripting.abstractions as net standard. So that these assemblies can be loaded by OmniSharp. Submit. Is it still? So I don't think we're at a 1.0.0 release of it. Well, I don't think we are, because there's other little bugs and niggles and things. I'm not personally prepared to make this a 1.0.0 release yet. I think so. The breaking change is really to provide additional context to the bump to 0.7. And because we haven't got a public facing API, that's the most that we can do. So I don't think we're ready to do a 1.0.0 release at the minute. If someone wants to say different, then I'm happy to listen. But for now, I'm leaving it as 0.70, which is the next release of the package, I think, because we're currently at Cake.Bakery. We're currently at 0.65. So what I was going to do was I was going to put some of these into some notes here. So this was going to be, and what was the issue number? This was issue 142. 142 pin to cake 0.385. Seriously? 0.38.5 for build. This is due to the fact that cake.recipe doesn't work with anything above this. So that was that change. Commit that. What else did we do here? That was getting the chocolatey package to build. That was related. That was getting that to, that was a change that Patrick made. Let's leave that one's. Okay, so this is here. What did we say it was? 142, 142. Remove mention of 4.6.1. This TFM is no longer being used, and as a result, the build fails when trying to find folders that contain this TFM. What else did we do here? Let's do this change, and this change, and then that's related to let's do that one as well, and that one, and that one. We're doing these out of order, but that's fine. Forgotten again. 142. Update. Integration tests as part of an earlier change. Some files and content were changed to adopt best practices in terms of naming and scripting, but the associated tests and usage hadn't been updated to insert these changes. Let's do that. And then we can say this one, 142, ms build can not build .NET 6.0, have to switch to using .NET CLI rather than MS build. That's that change. And then a final one, which is this one's compile. What's happened there? 142 compile. Additionally, for net standard. Oh, so that Omni Sharp can continue to consume the libraries where and what necessary. Okay, did that. So then over here, we're going to do a git status. We're going to do a git rebase minus I on develop. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go and reword this one. Because otherwise, I just have to. Uh-oh. Wasn't necessarily expecting any merge conflicts there. Sure. But then we change it back again, so save. Save. Really? Why is it? I'm going to assume that that was a Patrick doing a B. You know what? I don't like this. But without saving. Git rebase abort. Git reset. Don't like that that doesn't take those away. Now, you know what? Let's just do, I don't care about it that much. Git push. That should push that up to the upstream branch of your current branch. Does that match the name of your current branch? What now? No. Patrick's doing that thing that Augusto does, so I can't actually push the changes back. Mother Hubbard. These fancy people with their forked organizations. I kind of want to see it go through a PR build, so let's just do git push origin. And back to here. Sorry. Why is that not giving me the thing that it normally does? New branch. Hold on. No? Why is that not doing the thing with the thing? Pull requests. Normally it comes up with a big thing saying create a pull request. That's bizarre. Sort of lost without that. Let's go back to the command line then. What can we do here? We can do... Oh, it's telling me it's there. Is it because it's got the branch name already? No. And I've got it here, I think. But it's also telling me that it can't automatically base repository there, develop. Update project to use .6.0. This is a follow-up PR to this one. Since we aren't able to push changes back to source of PR. Create pull request. So why is there conflicts? That part I don't understand. Where did this branch come from? This branch came from 064. Oh, and there's been changes to 065, that's why. So we are going to have to merge that. We are going to have to resolve that conflict. God damn it. Git rebase develop. Whoa. Git rebase develop. So we are going to have to merge. We are going to have to thingy those problems. So that one was fine. This one was fine because it'll get fixed on a previous one, or a follow-up one rather. So the question here is who's right and who's wrong. So currently on the develop branch for the cake script generator, cake script generator, cake script generator, that one. So in here, if we search for script analyzer, so it currently, oh, so Patrick's added the comma. Really? Why did he add a comma? Don't understand why he would do that. File filter. What was the file called? Cake script generator. Chose this one. He did indeed add us. I don't really care. I'll be honest. I'm going to go with C. Fine. I personally probably wouldn't, but okay. So get the rebase, continue. Fine. Fine. Error. Unable to create file. Permission denied. What now? Reload. Oh, it's always the last parts that take ages. We've done all the hard work. Now we just need to. We must. No files need merging. So continue then. So board. Seriously? Right, fine. Save. Close. Fine. Save. Close. Fine. See. Save. Close. Fine. Fine. Successfully rebased. Happy days. So over here, the pending changes that we have are just all the origin files. So we can reset those. So then we should be in a position to do what I actually wanted to do the first time, which was get rebase-i on develop. That should allow me to do the rewording that I wanted to do here. And then the rewording of that file was to include 142, save, do that, git push-f origin. Beautiful. So then over here under pull requests, hopefully we should have it doing some builds. And then who have I got left on here? Let's do Nils, Augusto, Pascal. Who else was here from the Mateus was here too. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Could not execute. Oh. 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 AppVeyor. Oh. Oh, do we need 2022 now? Is there 2022? I'm going to assume that there is. AppVeyor. Visual Studio 2022. Software pre-installed. Huh. Oh, hold on. It's not. We've got more work to do here. What else have we got to do here? Workflows, build. know, there's more work in here. Things are not simple. Builds on my machine. Well, let's try that. It's not on the documentation site, but let's try that. And if we go up to here and we do this, then I'm going to say that I'm going to take a guess and say that it is that. If somebody wants to say in the chat that it's not that, then I'm more than happy to Oh, I see. So it's not just as simple as that then. Okay, fine. 2019. Install, copy. Fine. So it's not, is it still an RC? 6 should be from global.json. Here. Well, it should be, but it's not there. So what do you mean by that? So just emit version on GitHub Actions. Oh, I see what you're saying. So over here, but he's got a specific one for setting up .NET 3.1. Should I take that one out now? Do we not need that one? And just use do that. Look at Cake. .com/cake. I'm looking. Workflows build. I see, okay. I don't think we need all of them. That's the thing. So what Cake has is that. Okay, let's YOLO that. Or what else was in that PR that Nils sent me? A bunch of stuff. Okay, fine. One, 4, 2. Update builds for .NET 6.0. Sure. Git push origin. Well, let's see if that part works. I did ask about that, but okay. So we don't need the RC. It is released now. Seriously? In which case, take that out, and then in my build.yaml file, I would no longer need that one then. Okay. Let's see how the build goes on over here. History. Does that mean say I missed something then in the AppVeyor stuff? Yes, we did. Yeah, thanks, Nils. I saw that. Yeah. So I don't think we need all of these. I don't think we need them all. I'm tempted to say just we need the one. I'm making an executive decision. I'm gonna say we don't need the earlier ones. I don't think. So let's, if the builds work with where it is, I'll do it one more time. Oh. .NET failed. A compatible installed .NET was not found. What did I change the global.json to? That's what I changed it to there. Hold on. So it's off to the races. It's now building. So it's currently this one it doesn't like. Oh. No, because it's a compatible installed .NET 3.14.15 was no. Oh no, hold on. That's for that one. How much time have I got left? Oh, I'm already over time. Quickly try that. So I'm going to quickly push that, and then if that doesn't work, then I'm going to call it quits for the night, because yeah, it's time to go to bed. But I think we've got the lion's share of the work done. The lion's share of the work was to get Cake.Bakery working at all. We confirmed that the .NET 6 version of Cake.Bakery, running with the latest version of Cake, we were able to see the new aliases, the new commands, etc. So all of that was fine. Still didn't work. If somebody wants to finish off the build and get the build working, that would be great. So yeah, recap. We built Cake.Bakery with .NET 6.0. We confirmed that it was all working with the latest release, the RC release of Cake 2.0, which Augusto put out yesterday. The time zones are hard. It might still be his day today. I don't know. Yesterday, anyway. Augusto was able to push out the 2.0.0 RC1. This updates Cake.Bakery to run with .NET 6, and we were able to confirm that we were able to pull through the updated Intellisense, and that's been tested to work on Windows. Ideally, I'll be able to do another test at some point to verify that it's working on Mac. But if somebody wants to, Augusto's confirming it was indeed yesterday. If somebody wanted to finish off the build here to get the build working, that would be appreciated, because I've broken something. It's on the very cusp of working, but I'm running out of time here. So that's it. Didn't get to where we wanted to tonight. Ideally, I would have been able to push out a release of Cake.Bakery, but we ran into some obstacles along the way with getting the integration tests updated based on some changes that were made in an earlier PR. But we got there. Now we just need to ship the thing. So that's me done for the night. I hope you're all having a good day, and I will speak to you on the internet. Thank you very much for hanging out. Talk to you later.